This is the most essential thing you will need as a student while studying, and that is Hi everyone, it's Kartavi and thank you so much for joining me today. As you can tell by the title, today we'll be talking about college essentials and basically what to bring to college. As colleges are opening up and becoming in person, you are most likely going to go back to living in your dorm, your apartment, on or off campus housing. But whatever your situation may be, this video will be helpful to you. And it will tell you exactly what to bring, all the essentials, because these were the things that I bought and I used almost every single one of them. I wrote my entire checklist on my laptop, so if you see me looking down during the video, I am just referencing my notes. And everything is broken down into categories, so it's easier for you to follow along and make a checklist. So let's get started. If this is your first time living alone, then you're going to have a blast and it's going to be a great experience. But we're going to start off our entire list with something that we all love the most, which is food. So whether you have access to the cafeteria or not, there will be times where you just need snacks. So I just had a lot of packets from Costco, so from bars to dry fruit to ready-to-eat meals. They were all really helpful, especially when you get hungry around like midnight or like odd hours of the day. They're really helpful. The next thing I would do in the food category will be microwavable plates and bowls. I got mine from Target and they lasted almost the entire 4 years. I would avoid bringing glass things because they do break easily and it's not the most cleanest and the safest environment, especially if you're living with other people. I would also bring a water bottle, so I had the Hydro Flask because it kept my water cold all day, and usually I was on campus for like over 12 hours. So anything that can keep your water cold or hold your water all day. Now this next item you can share amongst your roommates, and that is a water heater or a water boiler. I personally used it a lot to make morning coffee or mostly hot chocolate and tea. Category 2 will be all about shower, clothes, and laundry. If you're not living in an apartment or a house, you will most likely be in a dorm where you will have to share your shower with people of your wing or people on your floor. It's not going to be the cleanest, so you do want to bring shower slippers. That's what I had to walk from the shower to your room. I also had something called a shower caddy or like a shower bag where I had all my shampoos, conditioner, body soap, everything into one little bag that I would bring from my room to the shower and back, just so I have everything I need in one bag or in one area and I don't have to leave or worry about leaving things and not having what I need. While we're still talking about the shower, I would also say to bring more than one towel. So I would say at least 2. I had 2. That's because sometimes it will either get dirty or it will be in the wash, and you want something with you and you don't want to be rushed to do your laundry. Let's talk about laundry. I had something like this to put all my clothes in, and then something like this, which was like a little bag where I would use to take it from my room to the laundry room. So after my first year, all my laundry rooms were outside my building, so I would have to physically leave. So this was really helpful to carry it up and down the stairs or up and down the elevator. Don't forget the Tide Pods. Now onto clothes. If you live in an apartment or in a dorm, there will be a good chance that you will not have enough space in your closet. I do recommend that you bring hangers, but I also recommend that you bring something like this. I had 2 of these and I would like stack all my clothes in there or anything extra, and it saved a lot of space. I also would recommend that you bring a storage box, not only for your clothes, but basically anything that is extra that you don't need out. It saves tons of space. So for me, I put like my extra books, my textbooks, and sweaters when I did not need them. Category 3 is all about studying and studying materials. I'm just going to read the list out, but papers, notebooks, pens, and pencils. So I personally took a lot of notes, almost all my notes on paper. So I had tons of notebooks. Laptop and laptop charger, of course. If you want, you can bring 2 chargers for your laptop. Keep one in your room and then keep one in your backpack. So that way, everywhere you go, your laptop will be charged. So this is an optional based on your major, based on your classes, but calculators. I had 2. One was like a TI-36, I believe, and then TI-80. One was for doing homework and doing my homework assignments, and then the TI-36, I believe, was something that was permitted in exams, so I would bring that instead of the 84. This is the most essential thing you will need as a student while studying, and that is headphones. I had headphones and earphones with me at all times, and they were great. I recommend anything that blocks sound, especially when you're studying in public or in cafes, which I did a lot. There's a lot of background sound, and it really helps if you can mute that and focus on your work. Category 4 is everything that you should bring for your room. Starting with your bed, I would bring at least 2 bed sheets, blankets, and pillows. Now this will depend on where you live, but I did college in Southern California, so it got very hot. So I had a little fan with me that I could just put on something. So I usually put it on like the side of my desk, just in case the AC wasn't working. But if you live in a colder region, then maybe like a small heater would help a lot. I only needed this for my dorm because my bed was pretty high up, but I had a little step stool so I can actually get up on my bed. Now on to your desk. So we were provided with a decently sized desk, and that's where I kept all my papers, my books, my textbooks, everything in. Unless I needed it for school, then it would be in my backpack. I would highly recommend you bring things to organize the desk because it could get really messy. So I had a few drawers where I put all my papers in, loose papers, and then I had a few, something like this. I'll put a picture up here where I put all my notebooks. I also bought a few little files or binders like this where I put all my important documentations that came from the school or any mail or anything that was important that had to be kept safe. This last section is everything that I find essential or everything that I find that you need to bring with you to college. I didn't go to college during COVID, but I would still bring my mask. I always had hand sanitizers with me. I was very much a germaphobe, so I had hand sanitizer with me in my backpack and also in my room. I would highly recommend that you bring a first aid kit. You don't know when you will need it. I had one in my car, and I also had one in my apartment. I also very highly encourage you to bring a small little pouch or a small little box of medicine that you will potentially need. That would include like Tylenol, your vitamins, even allergy medicine, because you don't know when you will need them. I would also encourage you to bring basic cleaning supplies to keep your area clean and fresh. I personally had a small vacuum that I kept in my room that didn't take up any space from Amazon, a broom, and a mop. If you're not provided with this, then I highly recommend that you bring a small trash can to keep in your room, and then a few trash bags that you can also share amongst your roommates. This was probably the most useful thing that I had with me in my college dorm, and that is extension cords. Even though your room may not be that big, your cords are not that long to go around all the furniture, so I highly recommend that you have at least one. I had 2 extension cords, so I can plug in my devices and sit comfortably in my desk or on my bed or wherever I am in the room. And that is all for the video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope now you're more ready to move into your dorm, your apartment, just to go back to in-person college. You can follow me on Instagram where I post informative reels and posts and resources for you to do well in college. And you can also subscribe below to stay up to date with my newest YouTube videos. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestions for future videos, then you can leave them in the comments and I will get to them as soon as I can. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!